look at those clouds. They're so fluffy. Oh, they're so fluffy. Drop my keys. Hi YouTube, it's Tommy, your favorite YouTuber. How's it going? I was just looking through my bag and I realized I don't have the cable that connects my camera to my headset so you guys can hear what I'm saying while in the plane. So this video is not going to go exactly how I expected. So we'll see what editing Tommy comes up. I really want to make a video, so we're trying to make this one happen after what? It's only been a little bit since I made a video, right? Just, I don't know, a week or two? No, but the plan was, or at least the idea was to for sure get a cross country and 50 hours of solo cross country for commercial. And then on top of that, I wanted to connect to a VOR, just so, make sure one, mine's working, which it should be. You're supposed to check it every 30 days. And I need some VOR practice anyways, because I'm training for instruments. Now, let's pause and talk about what exactly a VOR is. A VOR ground station or a VOR fix shoots out signals in all directions from where it's at, but it has to be line of sight, basically. Now, you might ask, how do you receive them? Well, you have a VOR receiver inside your airplane. Let me explain how that instrument works real quick. So, on the outer edge of your instrument, you have your OBS, and this is just kind of like what you're gonna, well, I'll show you how it works in a second, but it's called your OBS. This is where all the numbers are. It's 0 to 360, or I guess 1 to 360. Near the top of the instrument, you have your course index. In the middle of the instrument, you have your needle. This shows whether you are or are not on your desired radial. And then horizontally, you have these dots in the middle of the instrument, and the dots show how far off you are from said radial. Each dot represents 2 degrees. Generally on the right side of the instrument you have this little box. It's your to from indicator. It shows whether you're going to or coming from a VOR fix. If it says to or from, that doesn't technically mean you are going to or from a fix, but I'll explain a little bit of how that all works in a second. On the outside of the instrument, you have a little knob. It's a OBS knob or OBS selector. This spins the ring with all the numbers, and you spin that to whatever number you want it to. And I'm going to explain how that works here right now. Now that we know how the VOR receiver works, we're going to tune into the fix that we want to, whatever fix that we're trying to tune into, put that into our navigation radio, and then our instrument's going to come to life, and the needle's probably going to move one way or the other. Let's say we are directly west of a fix and we want to fly directly to it. You're going to want to put in a 090 under the true index by spinning the OBS knob. Once 090 is under the true index, the box on the right is going to flip to 2, so that we know we are flying to said radial. And if we're directly west of this fix, the needle's also going to be dead center of this instrument. Let's say we stray off to the north a little bit, or stray off a little bit to the left. Then the needle is going to move to the right, because it's saying, hey, your radial that you want to be on is over here, so you need to go back that way. And that, so then you just fly back over. You follow the needle is basically what you're doing. You fly back over to the needle. Once you get over there, the needle's going to be center again, and you're golden. And it works for the other way around too, where if you want to fly away from the fix, say we are again west of this fix, we're going to want to put in 270 under the course index, and if we're just flying away, it's going to work just the same, and except the box on the right is going to say from, because we're flying away from it, and we have 270 under the true index. It's kind of a cool little instrument, kind of like older version of a GPS. It, you know, lets you know where you are and just helps you get from place to place. The only thing is they're not obviously everywhere, and there could be dead spots in places, because again, it is a line of sight, so even especially at lower altitudes, it's not going to be fantastic, but I mean, generally you're going to be able to pick one up fairly okay. It just depends on where you are. There's some cool stuff you can do with it though. For instance, let's say your iPad died and for some reason your GPS in the plane wasn't working. You could well, we made it to Griffin, so that's nice. Wasn't really planning on going here, but you know, it is what it is. The airport that I landed at was 49 nautical miles away from Speedway, so I decided to go one airport down just to make sure we got the cross country for certain, because you know, honesty, best policy, so they say. But you know, I was trying to tune into the VOR. That was kind of the half the point of this trip. The other half was for the cross country purpose, time building itself. But the VOR wise, we tuned into it. It's kind of figured it out. I did figure it out eventually, but it would really help me if I went up there again and try to tune in again and play around with it a little bit more, because by the time I figured it out, I needed to get fuel and I just wanted to come back here instead of having to fill up there. So, you know, is what it is. I'm debating whether I want to go back out, and I'll decide in a minute. At it again. Do the same thing. You know, gonna go fly out east again for just to, you know, practice the VOR, like I said, except we're doing it the next day instead of yesterday. The next day is today, which is one day later from the last time you saw me. And I brought my camera with me so you guys get to see inside the cockpit and hear what I'm saying. As I said, I did go back up the next day and try to go back to the same area to pick up the VOR, learn it, and figure it out a little bit more. Unfortunately, there was a pop-up thunderstorm, so we had to turn back and cancel. I guess not cancel the flight because there wasn't a flight plan, but definitely, you know, didn't make the full flight as planned. Also, big news: I got my license. I'm officially a private pilot. What can I say? Thank you. I know. But I was considering making a video about that itself, but I just decided I'm just going to throw it in here. I mean, I'll make a short of it probably. There was some interesting stuff that did pop up, so I could probably squeeze a good few minute video in there. But I mean, overall, it was good. I passed. The examiner said he wishes all of his testes did as well as I did. So I feel like that's a pretty good compliment, right? Yeah, I think it is. Anyways, I'm going to try to stay a little bit more consistent with these videos now that I posted this one, and try to get another one out in 2 weeks. But until then, stay productive.